Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Friday, June the 8th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me? You can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our free trading room. This is a link for a subscription. There's a promo code there, 15% instant savings off a monthly, be the first month only for either standard or premium, or 15% off for the entire year of standard or premium. I open the room at about 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen to get live on the mic at 9:05. I go to 3:30 Monday to Thursday and 3 o'clock on Friday. All right, well, man, oh man, another interesting day. I know I say it sounds like a broken record, but it's true. One moment, please. I just want to close down a program, make sure it doesn't pop in here. That's my sort of my Skype. Okay. But when I did that, chart disappeared. So just 1 second. There we go. All right. Well, some more pre-market work for me. This is getting to be almost a routine for me. Now, I had to get up awfully early. I'm on the West Coast. I actually got up at about 10 to 4 this morning, my time. And we start getting our data at 4. I turned on my computer and I saw EDAP. And EDAP had some news after hours yesterday. And what was it? It was FDA clearance for a medical device that they have. So I thought, okay, first of all, the float is 28 million. So it's not a super low, but it's certainly not an excessive float. So there's no pattern that I'm trading from. Okay, as I said in the room, there's really no pattern. This is sort of a gut feel. We've seen some tremendous gains in some of these little biotechs over the past week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So I figured this was the only one that I saw right off the bat. So I thought, okay, I think traders are going to pile into this one. So I ended up taking this trade at 324, right on this candle there. Look at that. And these are 15-minute candles. And man, it just popped all the way up to 366. I took some off actually at 366. And in case it couldn't break that whole number of 4, I took some off at 391. All right. So then the market opened. And so I thought, okay, I was waiting for a 4 break. I thought, okay, I might add back the position that I sold up at 390 and add it back if it broke over 4. The daily chart looks good. I believe it looks good. I'm sure that don't think there was any near-term resistance. Yeah, there's nothing. So I didn't have to really worry about the any resistance. Back to the 15. So I took the trade, and I got into the trade at 410. And I think it popped up here, and then it started to come down. So I got out of it. I got out of it. The portion that I added basically for a 10-cent loss. And then as it came down, come on, get out of here. As it came down to 373, I basically took everything I had out. So maybe I'm confusing you. Remember, I bought here, I sold some here, I sold some here, and then I still had some left, all right? And then I added back, when it broke over 4, I added back the portion that I sold here, and then I took a 10-cent loss on that, and then 373 is where I got out of everything of what I had left from my initial purchase. So anyway, great trade. A little disappointing that it didn't just keep moving higher off that break. Now, VSE, if you were in the room yesterday, you know I had to close down a little bit early, about 3 o'clock. I had a gentleman from my cable company over here who was going to switch out modems for me and do some tinkering around the house. So there was no way I was able to trade. I think he came at around 2 o'clock, maybe even 1:30. Anyway, I shut the room down at 3, but this is one that we were watching all day yesterday and the day before as a potential swing trade. And why? If you don't see why, then you just don't see what I see. Look at the void when you look left on this chart, okay? And just 1 second, please. Okay. So I'm resuming now. So look at the void that I see on this chart. And so we started looking at it. Actually, I think I saw it the day before. There's that little green candle there. Maybe elongate a little bit. So there's the green candle there. And then yesterday was the really nice one. It you know, it's hard to get these charts. It went over 6, took out this area right there, and then I'm looking left. And again, when I always say, look at the void. I'm not saying it's going to get up to $11 or $12, but the odds. You like to put the odds in your favor when you look at a chart. You don't want to see all of this up here, do you? Because that could just block it. So, bottom line is that just before the market closed, my modem, everything was working again. So I ended up taking the trade right here. It was actually 625, right almost at the high. It popped up to 630, 625. Now, why did I do that? I have basically 4 rules for swing trading. One is that the stock has to close near the high of the day. Okay. 2, well, that's actually the last thing. The first thing that happens, and maybe so, mini lesson here, mini lesson. Remember that I'm clicking on a lot of symbols all day long. And I have this chart on my monitor, one of my monitors, a big chart like this. So when I'm clicking on a symbol, even though I'm not looking to swing it necessarily, I'm just clicking on a symbol because I'm getting an alert. But I always look at the daily chart just to see, because remember, most of my alerts are coming from momentum trades, either up or down, making new highs or new lows for the day. So I never really have to worry about intraday resistance or support. So I'm always quickly looking at the daily chart to see, okay, it's making a new high for the day. What sort of resistance is there on the daily chart? And if I'm trying to go long. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, okay, this number one, there's your check mark, first check mark. Second check mark, where's the 200-day moving average? There it is, underneath it. Now, the 200-day doesn't have to be underneath it. Probably a little bit better if it is, but if it was way up here, it wouldn't bother me. Okay, like a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to take it if it's below the 200-day. Well, then that's your discretion. But if it's far enough away, it doesn't bother me. So number 2, it's below. Number 3, when was earnings? When were earnings? Earnings, well, in this particular case, 21 days ago. So because I'm never going to hold a stock through earnings. So that's the third check mark. And then the fourth one is now I have to wait to see how it closes. So there's where it closed. There's yesterday. So it closed near the high. I always want to see it close near the high. I don't want to take it down here, on a pullback, because then I always think, okay, now it's got to struggle to get through the high of. If I took it to right there, and now I'm sitting, tomorrow, which is today, and it's here, then I'm feeling, well, it's going to struggle maybe getting through the high of yesterday. So that's why I don't want to have to worry about that. So basically this one, I went check, 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 all 4, hence I swung it. So now I have sold some at 695. And now that's really going to allow me to hold on a little bit longer in case it, pulls back, maybe even to 650. It won't bother me that much. Worst that's going to happen is that I'll get out where I bought it, but I'll have made some profit at 695. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, here's the one that was confounded me early. This was an earnings play, and we saw this one in the pre-market. It released earnings after the market closed. There's the mauve area right there. Big pop up, kind of settled down, little pop in the pre-market. This is the tan area. Selling off, and then, without getting too into it, I got into this trade twice, and I lost, I think, 10 cents each time. Each time on a break over 22. Okay, I think it was the first time. Might have been there. Also. I can't really remember. Doesn't really matter. I tried this a couple of times over 22, and it kept, was just a little too whippy. I finally persevered, and I sort of jokingly said in the room, I don't want to tell you guys, but I'm in this one. I don't want to jinx it though. So anyway, bottom line is I got in here at 22.19, and I actually haven't sold a penny of it yet. This is an earnings play, and I'm just going to try to ride this one. This is just turning into a great trade. Remember, I'm in at 22.19, So this is almost getting to the $2 level. In fact, what I'm going to do, just going to put this on pause. All right, I did just take some out at 23.97, just in case it can't get through that whole number. So, you know, it wasn't my favorite because of all this choppiness and all these topping tails and bottoming tails. You know, the reason why I use a 15-minute chart is sort of to eliminate, to try to smooth things out. But, you know, at the very beginning of the day, this was pretty erratic. But it is an earnings play, so you had the feeling that, you know, once it got through 22 the third time, that it was going to run, and there it did. Now, I also tried a swing trade of Teva. I'll have to watch this one tomorrow on Monday. Again, why would I even think of Teva as a swing trade? And look at the daily chart. Now, hopefully you can see this. Look left. Huge, $10. And I know Buffett has a stake in this. So this crossed over 23. And I ended up taking the trade. What was it at? 23.10. I ended up taking the trade probably right there. Maybe it was this candle here, and it actually popped up to 23.18, and then it started to slide, and I got out for a 9-cent loss. And because, again, you'll hear me say in the room all the time, I can always get back in. I just didn't like the way it was trading. I've tried to trade Teva before. I just don't like the way it trades, even though it's got like 1 billion in the float, and you wouldn't think it would be so whippy. But anyway, as I said in the room, I better reset my alert, put the alert for over 23 again, and maybe on Monday it'll be ready to leave 23 behind and keep going. I'm in a potential swing trade, live. Sorry, not live, life. That looked too weird. There you go. So this, why did I see this one? Oh God, I can't remember why I saw this one, but probably was on the trend reversal, you know, and I noticed this right here. I thought, man, oh man, this is, look at the void looking left, okay? 200-day is way up, so there's a situation where the 200-day is way above it. Doesn't bother me. It looks like, but you look left, there's the big void. I'm in this one at 115. Well, there it is, 115. So if it closes high, I'll probably hold this one because, again, this has a chance to get, you know, I mean, even if it got only to 140, 150, that'd be a tremendous increase. Look at the volume that has come in, and earnings I don't have to worry about. I'm seeing a blank for our earnings, so I will do another check just to make sure. A blank for our earnings means, and when I'm saying a blank, when I look at my single stock window, I have nothing there. That usually means that earnings are rather, and I don't know what the number is, either 25 days ago or 25 days in the future, at least. And so we usually just show it as a blank. So that is, that'll be interesting to see what happens, you know, for this one. And that's about it. I want to get back into the room, so I'm going to shut this down and bring back my capture program. All right, so any questions for me? This is the address you can use. This is the link for the free trading room. No strings attached, no credit card. We don't ask you for anything. All you do, just copy and paste that into your browser, click on it. We'll ask you to give us your email. You'll create a password one time, and that's it. I want to take out a subscription. There's a 15% promo code right there. And I'll open the room Monday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So I'll get live on the mic at 9:05. All right. So everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the trading room on Monday. Bye bye. I'm set tomorrow. Bye bye.